everybody. Welcome live from Texas Motor Speedway, special race day pre-race edition of the Revved Up Sports Show. Showtime, Bobby Chaffee right here. A man you may know, but you've definitely been seeing his pictures all week in Sugar Sean Folsom as we come to you live from the Victory Lane Media Center, Broadcast Center, I guess is what they call this thing now.
Yeah.
Different setup a little bit. No countdown this week. Just end up having a live feed directly from the track. We'll take you up to 45 minutes or so here today. So we'll have everything set up and ready to go. So Sean, I would say that it's been a really entertaining 3 days of racing so far. If you count the Thursday night show there for High Limits.
Yes.
The truck race is outstanding. The O'Reilly Auto Parts Series race was great. And I'm anticipating, it was a pretty good show last night there for the High Limits at the dirt track. So like we said before on social media, if you've seen some of our posts or some of my posts, Truck Series or the Cup Series has a lot to live up to try to make it a very good, entertaining weekend. What's been your take so far since you've been here since Thursday?
The sprint cars, amazing. I always love dirt racing because I cover dirt locally anyway. So, I mean, just seeing the sprint cars on dirt is awesome. And then the Xfinity and truck races, those were great also. A lot of side-by-side racing, a lot of, like yesterday in the Xfinity race, 3 wide sometimes, and everything else. It was really action-packed so far. So, yeah, like you said, the Cup cars do have to live up to it for this weekend for sure.
Yeah, don't forget we take your comments live on the stream as well as on via YouTube. Let us know how you're watching. Let us know where you are. Let us know if you're in the traffic, in the way coming up. As we even got caught into it, some of the other stuff. But we'll start. We'll give you a little recap of the race weekend action so far that's come up. Obviously, the big news: Kyle Larson won the high limit race there on Thursday night. Good crowd for being a little earlier in the week. I thought it was a pretty good crowd. It was a great way to open. And the biggest thing is Mother Nature cooperated pretty much all week, really. You had a lot of storms and stuff there on Thursday around the Metroplex area.
Yeah.
But for the most part, I mean, everything ended up cooperating. It was a little damp kind of on Thursday night. But so far, the sprinkles and the rain and everything just kind of stayed away. I thought it was really lucky there on Thursday night.
Yeah, Thursday was kind of touch and go. We thought we were going to get some rain because the clouds and everything, but then later in the day, it just started looking beautiful out. So the track looked really good over at the dirt track. So it was probably a little wet on their side, but it was starting to come in towards the end of the race. So it was starting to rubber up a little bit the way they like it. So
I think that ended up helping. Obviously, yeah, a little wet. You could see it on the telecast that it was a little wet. They did a special dual simulcast there on Flow Racing and on the NASCAR channel.
Mm-hmm.
So that was a lot of fun watching those racing there. Friday, I think everybody will totally agree that Friday was a complete surprise. And by surprise, what we mean is that we actually were on the track all day as scheduled. Because every forecast that we saw, every forecast that you looked at from every major news outlet up here in the Metroplex all said 90% chance of rain all day. The forecasted, the futurecast radars up here, up in just south of, in Denton County, north of Fort Worth, nonstop rain coverage all day from 8 o'clock down to, basically 12 hours from 8 to 8. And you know what? Of that 90% of rain, we were the 10% that didn't get any rain. And so, yes, Friday was cloudy and overcast, and it showed down Saturday for the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series race. But the fact we raced on Friday was really, really good. They got to do qualifying for the trucks. They got to do qualifying for the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series. And then, of course, they ran the Speedy Cash 250, which I thought was a fantastic race.
Yes.
I thought it was a great race. Multiple leaders. Just enough crashes to make it entertaining and break it up. Some hard hits in front of the grass, though. Front of the grandstands, man. Justin Haley, you had Jake Garcia hit one, and then Brandon Infinger totally destroyed the front end of his truck, too. So I think that's the one advantage that Charlotte has because of the Roval. They put in the turf, if you will. So that helps them. I don't foresee them changing that at TMS. I don't really see him changing much of anything. Everybody wanted that TMS to end up being like Atlanta, but I think it's found its niche because this place is hard as hell to drive. The drivers will tell you in every division that runs here, this place is hard as hell to drive. So it makes for an interesting race. What was your take on the truck race? What did you think?
I thought it was actually really exciting. Like you said, the wrecks through the grass, that kind of tears up the trucks. I mean, it's going to happen. That's going to happen when you wreck through the grass here. But yeah, other than that, I thought it was really good. They actually didn't spread out so much. I thought they were actually kind of together a lot. So that's what I like the most. I kind of hate when the races kind of spread out and then you all of them separated and it's not really close racing. So that's what I like the most. But yeah, I thought it was really good.
A couple of notes for our Texas friends of the show. You have Corey Roper had an incident there, brought out a caution, but ended up rebounding. I think he ended up being in the top 25.
Yeah, he actually had trouble during practice also, scraped the wall also during practice. So yeah, they had to start in the rear because of that. So
yeah, started shotgun on the field, had an incident, but I think he rebounded for a top. Let's see, actually, we have the race results here in front of us. Where is he?
34th.
34th. So he rebounded one spot. So finished off the pace though. Looks like he had a broken piece of suspension. So tough break for him. As far as local stuff, Clayton Green finished 26th there in truck number 2. And then our good friend of the show, you've got Caden Honeycutt. The talk of the town. It's not if he's going to win, it's when he's going to win.
Exactly.
And he was definitely disappointed there with the third place finish at being up front there towards the end. But, Caden's got so much pressure on him just because of the fact that truck won 11, 12 races last year with Corey Heim. And Corey Heim shows up and gets in any one of the Tricon trucks and literally waxes the field.
Yeah.
So I think you got to look at that. But Caden has a good opportunity. We kind of all knew it coming last year when he got released from Nice and they said he was going to go with a different manufacturer. It's like, yeah, he's probably going to be singing a windshield jingle here pretty soon. And we were all right on that aspect. So let's see who we got. Lily, 123P8S says, hi. Let me see. Show that there. So she says hi there at the bottom. So hello, Lily. Thanks for checking in. And then, like I said, we see your comments live on everything, Facebook and of course the YouTube page. And so yeah, Caden's a good dude. I keep calling him a kid. I guess it's just because I'm so old. I mean, he's not a kid anymore. I think he's in his early 20s. So,
yeah.
Which I guess is still considered a kid in most people's eyes. I mean, coaches say college kids, so they're about 24, 25 now. So.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we're both a little older than him anyway, so it's yeah, he's a kid.
He still says sir when he sees me. So
like, yeah. He definitely feels like a kid to you then.
But if you didn't know the way that they came out, another YouTube video, somebody else says hello there on the bottom. So we got some people checking in on YouTube. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the YouTube channel.
Yes.
We'll end up working on having some exclusive YouTube content coming up here throughout the course of the rest of 2026 as the Red Dot Sports Show celebrates its 10-year anniversary. Coming up here, as we said right here, 10-year anniversary. Started in 2016 on to 2026 and then beyond. So we were able to celebrate with you guys. So as we said, live from Texas Motor Speedway, Showtime Bobby Chaffee right here. Sugar Sean Folsom to my left here. So if you look at it and come through, if you didn't know, Carson Hocevar, 23-year-old, got the win finally in Aspire Motorsports sweep of the top 2, finishing 1-2 with Kyle Busch in second in the 7 truck. But it's his 6th victory in 87 career NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series races. His first victory and 3rd top 10 in 2026. His only non-top 10 finish was the race at Rockingham when he ran an Aspire 77 and had some major issues there. Kyle Busch, as we said, finished second, 12th top 10 in 16 races at TMS. It's his 3rd top 10 there in 2026. Caden Honeycutt, 3rd, posted his first top 10 finish in 2 races at Texas Motor Speedway. Brendan Queen, Butterbean, 13th, was the highest finish in rookie. And Caden Honeycutt is the points leader by 14 points over Chandler Smith. So all in all, disappointing night there for Caden Honeycutt, as he admitted to. He said he wanted to party with the guys, the shirtless guys down there in turn number 1. And he did not get the opportunity to do that. But he came through, and at least he got an opportunity to take back the points lead.
Yeah.
And in the grand scheme of things, I think being the championship leader, yes, you want to get the wins, but pack the points now with this new chase system they got. It's no longer the win and in, but he's foaming at the mouth, wants that victory. A lot of pressure on him from all that. Our buddy John Beasley checks in, saying howdy, guys. Well, howdy, John. Thanks for checking
Hello.
in there on the Facebook page. So we are just sitting there having a good time here on the Prerace show live from Texas Motor Speedway. Other notables throughout the field, Brendan Jones was fourth. Ben Rhodes rounded out the top five. Lane Riggs, what a night. Passed over 50 trucks coming from the back like 3 times. So I thought that was an incredible run for him.
Yeah.
I know he got sixth. Ty Majeski was ninth. Chandler Smith was in the points lead. Nice. Finished in 10th. Lost the points lead. Parker Klingerman in the Ram Special, the guest truck, the agent truck, whatever they call that over there. Free agent truck was 11th. Ross Chastain 12th. I expected more out of Ross, but he hit the wall.
Yeah.
Had some issues. Thought there was going to be a little bit more. Your friend Tony Breidiger was back in one of the Rackley War trucks, number 27. She finished 18th. Beat some notable names. She beat Stuart Friesen, Minnie Tyrell in the Dodge or the Ram. Still say that's the worst rebranding ever.
Yes.
Everybody still calls them Dodge, despite the fact they're Rams. By name, but she beat Minnie Tyrell in the Ram. She beat Corey LaJoy in the Ram. Justin Haley, as we said, after that horrible hit there. And so, as we said, 35 trucks. Really good race. I thought it was really good. It was a little overtime, 172 laps, which ended up being 258 miles there for your NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series. So now we move along. Don't worry, and we'll get to the Cup stuff here in a little bit. We're just kind of recapping the stuff from the last couple of days. So a very questionable start, if you will, to the NASCAR O'Reilly Auto Parts Series race.
Yes.
Lap 1, turn 2, Calamity Corner was there multiple times throughout the race, but a questionable start ended up being a very good finish. Justin Allgaier and Kyle Larson ended up putting on a heck of a show there. And that's one thing, the one thing is that the optics look so much better for the O'Reilly series than it does for the Cup series. I don't know. I still think if you move the car number on the door back to where it goes under the door, I think a lot of people be not so hard on this Gen 7 car.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks fine on diecast when they move the numbers back.
Mm-hmm.
On the next gen diecast, it looks fine when they move the numbers back on those for some of the retro schemes. But I mean, it just became one of those things where it was just like, I just think that the optics look better. The ratings are fantastic. They're on the CW, and obviously they're going to get better when they announce that the CW stuff will be streaming on ESPN Unlimited this week.
Nice.
They did that stuff with the college football stuff, the Pac-12, and some ACC games that are lined up to be on the CW. They're now going to be streaming on the ESPN Unlimited plan, as well as the NASCAR O'Reilly Auto Parts Series race is now streaming on the ESPN Unlimited package. So check that out. Lots of good stuff. For those that don't know, the ESPN Unlimited package is different than the standard ESPN Plus package. You get some other things involved, some special ESPN Unlimited only shows, and then you get access to everybody's favorite sports entertainment, WWE, all the premium live events, including WrestleMania, SummerSlam, and Survivor Series coming up for the rest of the. I guess WrestleMania is over, so you got SummerSlam and Survivor Series coming up on the rest of the ESPN Unlimited access. So, but as we said, Kyle Larson won in a very entertaining race. Notables throughout the top 10. Those that live up in and around the Metroplex are those with a Andy's Frozen Custard top 10 or top 5 finish for Sam Mayer. So they have dollar deals coming on that. Brent Cruz was your top finishing rookie. He was also the Dash for Cash winner, won $100,000 with a check given to him by our good friend Rodney Rodriguez.
Yes.
I thought that was cool. To me, the story of the Xfinity Series season has been the Viking Motorsports number 99 of Parker Retzloff.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, another top 5 run, showing what the little team that could. Him and Anthony Alfredo both ran well. Anthony ended up getting a 12th place finish in the 96 car ahead of Sammy Smith there in 13th. But other notables within the top 10, Sheldon Creed was 6th, Austin Hill 7th, Brandon Jones 8th, Jesse Love 9th, and a good solid run for Jeremy Clements there in the 51, finishing in the top 10. It looks like that alliance with Haas Factory team is starting to pay off.
Yep.
You got some good shots throughout the race. Obviously, you posted some of this stuff on our page. Connors Village was a factor, won stage number 2 Ended up having a flat tire after some contact. They're racing really hard. Ended up finishing 21st there on the day. Austin Dillon, special one-off run from the Boot Barn Chevrolet. Just never had it all day. 23rd. I guess that was more the R&D car coming through. Texas connection with JC Umshine, crew chief for Jeb Burton on the state water heaters, involved in the action there on lap number 1 and turn 2. Had a 26th place finish there from when he started in row 25. David Starr, friend of the show, 29th. Taylor Gray, rough race, finishing 33rd. Roger Caruth, 34th after a crash. Austin Green, big hit. Brad Perez in the 42, huge hit. And as we said, basically from the penthouse to the outhouse, Corey Day in the HendrickCars.com Chevrolet, winner at Talladega last week, and first from last, 37th out of 38 cars.
Yeah,
38 cars there with the number 17 machine. So tough break there. I think it's going to be a lot of interesting work this week. Obviously, it was funny. He had a hell of a run there with the high limits, Interstate Batteries high limit racing there on Saturday. Saturday night there at the dirt track. I thought even though they said that reserve seats were sold out, there were still plenty of empty reserve seats over there. So I was sitting there with your brother and one of your photographer friends there in turn number 4.
Yep.
And we had a good time. It was a good race. Slightly different format though with the high limit stuff. There's no support series like you get when you go to World Outlaw Race.
No.
Which I think is good and bad. It's up for discussion for another show, but I like it when the World Outlaws showcase the local heroes at the racetrack.
Yeah.
But
it gives them a chance on a big
it's a chance. We see it when they race the Cotton Bowl Speedway in the past. The local heroes had a chance to shine, and I think that's what showcasing those are supposed to be.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, it just gives the little guys, on the big stage, a way to show their name off, So,
as we said though, but a really good, interesting race. Aaron Reitzel, Texas native, won from Clute, Texas. He almost gave it away to Corey Day there for the last couple of laps, but everybody, you just by crowd reaction, you can tell who the most popular drivers are. Obviously, Kyle Larson leaps and bounds ahead of everybody else. Rico there in second.
Yeah.
Corey Day had a surprising number of fans cheering for him. There with the driver introductions and stuff like that. So, the story of the night though was not Aaron Reitzel. The story of the night for the high limits, Carson Hostfar.
Yes. Guest pit announcer, actually. That was quite interesting. He, goes from being a cup driver and winning truck driver over the weekend to pit reporter, basically, for the high limits. So that was quite interesting to see. I think he did pretty well, though.
It's a harder job. It's a harder job than people think it is.
Yeah, he said he was very nervous, but I think all in all, I think he actually took the stride and did really well, being his first time ever doing something like that.
Yeah, I thought he did very well. Filling in for Tony Laporta there on the Flow Racing broadcast. So let me get another swig of water in real quick. It's always fun when you're right in the middle of trying to make something and you get a tickle. Anyways, as we said, live from Texas Motor Speedway this morning, trying to recap on the replay stuff, and then we'll get to the Cup race, get to the Cup lineup here as we kind of have just a quick glance pre-race show. We didn't really have anything set in stone. We just knew we were going to start at noon and just go till we ran out of stuff to talk about, which is sometimes pretty quick, sometimes not so quick. So I thought we said, excuse me, a very good NASCAR Riley Auto Parts Series race number 12. Points-wise, Justin Allgaier continues to lead dominantly in fashion, has a 121-point lead over Sheldon Creed and a 167-point lead over Jesse Love. Corey Day, tough break, 198 points back. Brandon Jones in fifth, 204 back there for the top 5 points. Other notables, Parker Retzloff is currently in ninth, right before a couple of spots before the cutoff. And man, excuse me. Taylor Gray sitting there in 10th, Williamson Wallace 11th, Sam Mayer 12th. That would be the end of the cutoff there. You got the surprise to me, Brent Cruz.
Yeah.
Hadn't won a race yet, but missed 4 races because he wasn't old enough to run. The ones he's been in, he's been pretty impressive. And he currently sits 14th out of the leaderboard with missing, everybody else has 12 races. He's got 8. So that is pretty impressive to me from what he's been able to accomplish. So overall, I thought that the O'Reilly Auto Parts race was good. Obviously, you can check out your stuff for the pictures and stuff there in Victory Lane.
Yep.
Got some great shots there, Kyle Larson. I don't think they ever ended up bringing Kyle Larson over to the media center because he had his high limit obligation. So
yeah, and right after the Xfinity or the O'Reilly Series race, sorry, it basically was right into the high limit stuff, anyways, because they were starting their engine heats and hot laps and all that stuff right after. So yeah, he pretty much had to cut out of here and go straight over there.
Which he did, and they did the qualifying. Talk about an efficient show. A lot of promoters could learn from high limits about running an efficient show. Definitely a very good limit. So as we sit around and wait for everything to start happening and coming up, let me look at some other stuff, see if we have any other comments or anything like that. Nobody yet. But as we said, let's see here. Why don't we take a quick break? Here we're about halfway through the show. Let's take a quick break as we hear from our friends at On Demand Shirts.
Precision, consistency. Just like in racing, these are our values in screen printing, embroidery, and everything in between. If it's branded, we can do it.
All right, we're back here live. Texas Motor Speedway Showtime. Bobby Chaffee right here. The Iceman, Rodney Rodriguez. Iceman, good Lord. I'm so used to sitting next to Rodney or sitting in a stream with Rodney. I ended up calling you Rodney, so I guess now I owe you the dollar instead of him the dollar when I call it the Xfinity Series. So obviously, the polarizing figure of the last 7 days, more so the last 5 days, has got to be Carson Hocevar.
Yes.
With his win there at Talladega, the unique celebration that he had, multiple trips into the media center. I think he's been in there 3 times.
Yep.
He had media availability set for Saturday anyway, Saturday morning. But he goes in and he has the media availability there at the end of the truck race. Very good media center.
Yeah.
Very good, very interesting questions. Thought they were really greatly asked by our media member friends, and I thought we had a good time there. Then when he won the pole there for the Wurth 400 presented by Liquid Molly, he came back to the media center. Everybody joked again. He said, I should start asking you guys questions instead of y'all asking me questions, because everybody kind of asked him the same. You kind of run out of questions there after a while.
Yeah. It kind of gets, you run out of things to say, basically. He even said that, y'all are starting to run out of questions. I'll just start asking y'all questions instead. So I thought that was kind of funny.
No, that's kind of fun. He's a media darling. He is set to be a breakout superstar, and a lot of people don't like him. He's done just enough to light the candle, right? To be able to, he got the nickname the Hurricane by Lee Diffie last year. And then this year had enough. Mike Joy clearly likes him because he's kind of called him out and, talks about his background and stuff like that. But when you come through and you find a way to light the candle, right? He lit the candle. Now it's going into kind of a mini bonfire, if you will. If he wins tomorrow, wins back to back, or today, I guess you should say, if he wins the race today, that's going to go from a regular fire to a full-blown bonfire. What do you think about that?
I think it's awesome. I mean, just seeing that his fan base is grown so much in just over almost a week. I mean, he did have some fans, obviously, but then his win at Talladega, that really helped him out. And then just seeing the fans in the stands for the win of the truck race and how they reacted to that was amazing. Hearing them yell his name and everything else, and then seeing that victory that he did with the truck that night, getting out and still doing the burnout and everything, that was awesome also. So yeah, I think he's definitely getting up there in the fan base area.
I think he really is. I think because you see a lot more Chili's merch sitting in the grandstand. Saw a lot of Chili's merch last night there at High Limits, and then you see a lot of Chili's merch just sitting there as you walk around the facility. Lots of Carson Hocevar stuff. So I think he's there. I think he's the next breakout guy. I think it's him and Ty Gibbs, both first time winners on the 2026 series here for the Cup Series. So it's I think that it's just a matter of time before. It's just a matter of time before he becomes like a bona fide star. And we've heard from Spire all week. They've put in a lot of money, put in a lot of effort. Spire started out as a driver representation team. That's where Spire was. They would help make the driver contracts and stuff like that, and then ended up buying the charter from Barney Visser
Yep.
from back in the day, right after they won the championship, and ended up folding. So it's great to see. Not really it's not really a Cinderella story. I wouldn't call it a Cinderella story, but it's definitely not an overnight success either.
Yeah.
There for the success that Spire has, and obviously they bought Kyle Busch Motorsports trucks a couple of years ago, and Kyle sold KBM, so that's where the truck connection comes in. They had two sprint cars last night there at High Limit.
Yep.
Gio Scelzi runs the Chili 77, and I can't remember who was in the 87 freeway machine, but
I don't remember either.
So they run two sprint cars out there. Go back to High Limit. You and I talked about it last night. And the thing that surprised me the most about High Limit is I just get, the random squirrel. Hey, a squirrel thought.
Yeah.
As it comes through, is I was surprised at the fact that, now granted, we waited around in the stands a little bit. We were waiting for you to come from the infield, but I'm really surprised that the merchandise haulers did not stay open longer than they did.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much after the show was done, everything was closed up and packing up to leave, basically. So.
Yeah, I mean, even your cup merch stays open a little bit longer, kind of lets the crowd disperse. Yes, they're putting stuff up as they know the race is over, but yeah, I'm surprised at the merch. But a hell of a midway there at the Texas Motor Speedway dirt track. All kind of merchandise. There's a dozen trailers probably with different driver merch, including the High Limit trailer itself. Anyways, as we transition back to the Cup Series, I don't think people give TMS enough credit.
Yeah.
With the pole speed, 191.34 miles per hour average speed. That's booking it around this place. That's the closest you get to 200.
Yeah.
Especially with this Gen 7 car. Second pole in 92 career Cup starts, his first pole and 6 top 10 start of 2026. This is his second pole in 4 races at Texas Motor Speedway. And I think the other part that kind of goes unnoticed, Daniel Suarez. Front row lockout for Spire. Can Amigo get it done today, or you think it's all going to be by Carson Hocevar?
I don't know. I think Spire is going to show that both cars are pretty dominant, really. I think they're both going to show that they have the speed to be up front. I mean, they've shown that already this year, but I think that they are going to at least try to stay up front for the race.
Yeah, I think it's going to be very interesting. The Pride of Prosper, Texas, Chris Buescher starts third. And it's his third top 10 start at Texas Motor Speedway and his seventh in 11 races this season for top 10s. Connor Zilic, great run for the rookie there for Trackhouse. 13th qualifying made him the fastest rookie driver. As we look at other notables from your qualifying order, as we said, Hocevar, Suarez, Buescher, Denny Hamlin, who has a pep in his step this week.
Yes.
Multiple reasons, but I think he's been fired up all week with that Spire Chris Gabehart kind of spat in court there. Chase Briscoe sixth, another surprise of the weekend. Kyle Busch. I don't expect to see much from him in the race, but he had a pretty good qualifying effort with a new crew chief there in sixth. So obviously that's been another talk of the town all week is the separation there of his former crew chief, Jim Pullman, who was the reigning champion with Justin Allgaier there in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series. So, not reigning, 2 years ago. They won the championship there last year because Jesse Love won it last year. Bowman, good qualifying run there in 9th. Ty Gibbs 10th. Kyle Larson 11th, as we said. Connor Zilic 12th. I'm concerned with the Penske cars. Austin Cindric, highest qualified driver there with Penske in 13th. Next to Chase Elliott, William Byron, and Ross Chastain. So I think you've got. I think that they've got issues because Joey Logano 23rd, Josh Berry 24th, and the Wood Brothers / Penske prepared number 21, and then Ryan Blaney 31st. Yeah. That's crazy for Penske. Their mile-and-a-half program is leaps beyond everybody else. I just think that they got a lot to do. Corey Heim went out first and was up on the top of the board there in the Robin Hood Toyota, pretty good. He's right now side by side with his teammate in Riley Herbst, starting 17th and 18th. I was surprised by Michael McDowell in 19th because you got the 2 Spire cars on the front row, and then you've got Michael McDowell going 19th. So to me, it was a little strange just because of the fact that in the media center they said that their stuff was very similar.
Mm-hmm.
Said a lot of their stuff was similar. Obviously, Michael McDowell, I believe, I don't know who mentioned it to him in the media scrum there yesterday after qualifying. He has mixed emotions about coming here, not from the crash that he had, but because how many times he's seen that wreck where he flipped.
Oh yeah.
There in qualifying in the Aaron's Dream Machine number 00. You know what's funny about that is that I was here. I was doing a show for that. I was doing a show that day, and doing a show that day from in the media center where we are now. I think I was across the hall, and we flipped back and had no idea because we didn't have the TV on. We had no idea that he flipped in qualifying.
Oh wow.
So I've had some interesting stuff. One year qualifying got canceled by a tornado.
Oh nice.
Yeah, it was right, and there was a tornado right down 114 from the track.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and so we figured that if qualifying would get canceled by a tornado warning, but yeah, that was the first for me. I've been caught in a hailstorm here in the parking lot at TMS before when I was announcing for the Lone Star Legends. When I was helping out Rusty Marcus when he was the director of the Lone Star Legends up here. A couple of more notes of people watching. Got two of our show friends, good friend of yours, Miss Marianne Nauman.
Well, hello.
Yeah, she says hello, guys. Well, hello, Marianne. Thanks for watching. And then we got our good buddy, Magic Mike Knotts, calling in, or signaling with smoke signals, watching from the TMS parking lot. So thanks, Mike, for tuning in as we get you ready for the rest of the lineup here.
I don't think there's ever a TMS race that Mike does not miss.
You know, it's funny. He said in one of his profiles that I saw on social media, I don't know exactly which one it was, he said he lives in Germany but races in Texas.
Yes. Yeah, that's a far distance race, but when it's in your blood, you might as well travel to do it.
Over 50 years doing it. He started in 1974.
Wow.
And I'm pretty sure he still has that car that he started with. Why did I need to go to his graveyard there in Church just outside of San Antonio? So we need to definitely check that out and see some other stuff off the list. Other notables, that's right. They're in qualifying, as we said, Keselowski 25th, Allmendinger 26th, not a surprise. SVG, my guy, they're in 30th, struggling with his 1.5-mile program. And then you've got Austin Dillon and Bubba Wallace starting shotgun 37th, 38th, because one of them crashed in his Chumba Casino Alligator Toyota there for Bubba Wallace, and then Austin Dillon blew a motor.
Ooh.
They're right before in practice, right before qualifying there in the Bass Pro Shops Winchester Chevrolet for RCR. So I think they had something there because Kyle Busch qualified 6th.
Mm-hmm.
I think they had found something. I think they had something, but RCR comes in spurts. Like at Richmond, they're lights out. But he's a former winner here.
Yeah.
In Austin Dillon, so I don't think he's going to win from the back, but definitely lots of stuff to have through. So I don't know, dude. I think it's going to be an interesting race today.
Yeah.
Obviously, and here's the deal. I love the TMS stuff, or it's the NASCAR prepared stuff. Obviously, we're using some cheat sheets and notes today because we're good, but we're not memorizing everybody's starting position. But the thing that still blows my mind is that the manufacturers. And they're talking about bringing in a 4th manufacturer, but you got 17 Chevys, 11 Fords, and 10 Toyotas. So I always thought that was very interesting, very good. So as we come through, going to wrap up part of the show, as we said, live from Texas Motor Speedway. We thanks our friends at On Demand Shirts for helping us out this weekend and being an anchor partner for the show. And so as we come through, now comes the magic time there, buddy. We've been here for 4 days. Well, You've been here for 4 days.
Yeah.
I've been here for 3.5. Tell me, who are we going to look at? Who are you going to try to be photographing this afternoon there in Speedy Cash Victory Lane on the other side of this media center?
I don't know. I mean, I'm hoping it's Carson just to get his 2nd in a row win. But, I mean, Larson's been pretty dominant here back in the past also. So, I don't know. Those Hendrick cars are usually pretty fast when it comes to Texas also. So, it's kind of a hit and miss there. I don't know. I'm going to try to hope for Hocevar, but, I mean, Larson's another one to look at too.
Yeah, he's starting a little further back. But with Bowman ended up being 9th. And then you've got where did he end up? Where is Larson is 12th or 11th? Sorry. And then you've got Chase and all 4 cars top 15. I think that's good.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't see the pace that I thought I would see out of the Hendrick cars for the long run, so I think that's going to be a challenge. I'm telling you, the guy that obviously the man of the hour is Carson Hocevar.
Yep.
I think Daniel Suarez, if he can put a race together, will be strong today. But I'm telling you, something has me feeling good about the Pride of Prosper, Texas this morning.
Yep.
Chris Buescher coming off a very strong race and second place finish there at Talladega. And now he's starting third at his home racetrack. I mean, Prosper's not very far from here. You can't throw a beer can and get there like you can in some of the other towns right about here. But Prosper, this was his hometown. This is where he started running legend cars. This is where he built his roots. His wife's from Texas, down there by us, outside of Liberty Hill. So he's definitely got the Texas connection. It would not surprise me to see the Pride of Prosper, Texas in your photographs this afternoon. So I think it's going to be an opportunity to be pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm definitely excited to get out there and get some of these great action shots and cover this race. So it's going to be great, I think.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. As we said, just kind of a quick pre-race show that we've had, just to get you guys and gals up to speed on everything going on. As of right now, no breaking news other than the Formula One race has started there in Miami, but that's a whole nother fiasco there with the rainstorms coming down there. But I think it's going to be fun. Obviously, it's so fun here. It's we tell people all the time we love COTA because COTA's in our backyard, and it's the same team that running COTA. Obviously, our media friends Scott and Mike and Kyle and everybody over there, Stephanie. They're all great to us when we come to either facility, whether we go stay at COTA or we stay here at Texas Motor Speedway. But I tell everybody, I said, it's two completely different beasts. It really is. It's two completely different beasts in terms when it comes to the racing action. Obviously, you got a 1.5-mile oval versus a 2.5-mile road course, and they race differently, and they just end up having a much better. I just there's something cool about when I pulled in the tunnel. This is the first time I've been to TMS in a couple of years. With work obligations, some other stuff keep me from coming to both races. Obviously, you could go to COTA, but then coming up here. And I got to tell you, it was something nice about coming home. There's something familiar about this joint. Obviously, celebrating the 30th anniversary here at Texas Motor Speedway.
Yeah.
First race was in 1997. So it's kind of weird when you do football seasons and you do racing seasons. You don't go, the 10 years, right? And it ends up being 30 years in 2026 instead of 2027.
Yeah.
But that also makes me feel old because I graduated high school about 12 weeks after the very first race here that Jeff Burton won in the Interstate Batteries 500. So, yeah, that doesn't bode well for the gray hairs and the beard. So, I'm ready. I'm ready for that. We're already planning the 30th anniversary. We know where we're going to have it.
Oh, nice.
Riley's Tavern, just outside of New Braunfels, Texas. One of our guys in our graduating class, Joel Hoffman, that is the proprietor of Texas's oldest bar. Mr. Riley, back in the day when Prohibition was over, he spent the night in his car at the Capitol and was the first one to he got certificate number 1.
Oh, wow. When
they reopened Prohibition. So yeah, if you're ever in and around Central Texas, want to go to a good old fashioned honky tonk, Riley's Tavern is the place to go. It's not a dive bar, it's a honky tonk bar. Beer's ice cold, the music is good. That's what you gotta love. So but speaking of music, who's Chris Jansen playing the pre-race show today up here? So if you're in the parking lot, come on down. Sean will be in and around. You might see us if you're in the infield. Come say hi, text us, message us, something like that. We'll get a chance to come see you. Obviously, Rodney pulling daytime duty there outside the grandstands in the fan zone there in the green tent. But we try not to name drop that over there, but you'll figure it out pretty quick. Look for the number 57 race car, and it's green 57, and we're not talking about John Kelly. So, but anyway, so obviously we thank you guys for coming in and watching. Thank you for hopping on. I know you've got other stuff to do other than the lunch we're about to go consume from Babe's Chicken.
Yes.
As we said, we love coming to TMS. We love COTA. We love coming to TMS. SMI is great to us. The media team is outstanding, and they just let us, they give us everything we need. And I think that's a really good thing, and I'm appreciative of it. I know you are too. From the photography side, we are great for the media side, and so we thank the TMS staff here, the SMI TMS staff. Thanks, Kyle. Thanks, Scott. Thanks, everybody. for helping us out this weekend. And then obviously thank you guys for watching. And stay tuned. We will have a show this week, a regular show, I believe tentatively set for Wednesday. We'll be having Monty Chamberlain and Tony Blankenship on the show to talk about the big races coming up down at Texana Raceway Park with the Southern United Sprint Cars and the Fireball class. So lots of fun stuff. Most every other racetrack other than 105 is off. So if you've ever had a chance and want to come to Texana Raceway Park, this is your weekend to do it, because 37 is not running, Cotton Bowl's not running, Race Ranch isn't running, and H&P is not running. So that's why they decided to hook up and do the Fireball race. As of right now, Fireball's 1,000 to win. I believe it's 75 to start. I know they were working on trying to get it 100 to start. Still looking for sponsors, but we'll get more information on that when we get Monty Chamberlain and Tony Blankenship on the show later this week. So for my good buddy Sugar Sean Folsom, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
And all the guests that are watching, everybody else. Showtime Bobby Chaffee. We're out. God bless, Godspeed. We'll see you on the next one.